The release of Netflix's Bridgerton series in 2020 ignited the demands of audiences for steamy, drama-filled historical romance watches with a touch of witty humor. The Bridgerton series, centering on the marriage shenanigans of the Bridgerton siblings and the cuttingly smart gossip column authored by Lady Whistledown, flew to success thanks to its compelling characters, gripping storylines, and portrayal of Regency-era London. At the time of writing, the series has had 3 seasons, the most recent being released in May and June 2024, and one spin-off focusing on Queen Charlotte. With the success of the Bridgerton series and the appetite that viewers clearly have for enthralling historical romance shows, it was only time until another followed in the footsteps of Netflix's show. Prime Video's My Lady Jane made its debut on June 27, 2024. Similarly to Bridgerton, the series shot to success, scoring a noteworthy 94% on Rotten Tomatoes. The two shows, while sharing many similarities, are also starkly different. While Bridgerton has a light, airy, humorous feel to it, My Lady Jane has a somewhat darker, grittier tone to it. The Amazon series is also more action-packed than the Netflix series. However, despite its differences, My Lady Jane is the perfect post-Bridgerton binge. Both Bridgerton and My Lady Jane are similar in that they are adaptations of novels, the former being written by Julia Quinn with the latter penned by Brodie Ashton, Cynthia Hand, and Jodie Meadows. However, unlike Bridgerton, which is a work of fiction, My Lady Jane is inspired by true events. While the story itself has been changed, making the show a reimagining rather than a retelling, the characters forming the core of My Lady Jane existed in real life. The Prime Video series is based on the real-life Lady Jane Grey, a monarch who ruled England in 1553 for a period of 9 days. Lady Grey is referred to as the 9 Days Queen as a result of her short rule. Other historical accuracies in My Lady Jane also include the fact that Lady Jane Grey is regarded as being well-read, intelligent, and capable of speaking several languages. She inherited the throne from King Edward in a deviation from the usual line of succession and was married to Lord Guilford Dudley. Similarly to My Lady Jane's depiction, Lady Grey's ascension to the throne of England led to hostility between herself and Mary Tudor, King Edward's sibling, who was considered the rightful ruler of the nation both by law and the public. There was also significant tension owing to differing religious beliefs, with a division between Catholicism and Protestantism. However, My Lady Jane, as a reimagining of Lady Jane Grey's story, exercises several creative freedoms, including substituting the religious division prevalent in England at the time with mythical elements. Moreover, the show also extends Lady Grey's life by having both her and Lord Guilford escape execution at the end of its first season. While the real-life fate of the couple was tragic, the Prime Video series chose to offer Jane and Guilford a more hopeful ending, although a possible future season could always lead the duo back to their real-life fate once again. My Lady Jane has a strong female protagonist. My Lady Jane's protagonist, Lady Jane Grey, played by Emily Bader, is far from a damsel in distress. From the get-go, she displays her rebellious streak, going against norms, refusing marriage and even attempting to run away. In comparison to Bridgerton's more subtle approach to strong-willed, outspoken women, My Lady Jane's approach is admittedly more in-your-face and blatant. Viewers are made well aware within the first few minutes of the series' first episode that Lady Jane Grey is a force to be reckoned with. Lady Jane carries her unyielding, strong-minded streak into her rule as queen. Despite opposition, especially in regard to Ethians and division laws, Lady Grey resolutely holds on to what she believes to be right. Societal norms and pressures do not deter her in her mission to unite England and establish peace and justice for each individual in the nation. However, her steadfastness in going against the norm does not diminish Jane's softer qualities. Throughout the series, her love for her family is apparent, despite an overbearing mother and sisters who often seem not to understand her. When confronted with having to marry a man she does not love or allowing her family to fall into financial ruin, she opts for the former, despite it being against her beliefs. Jane's strong character is also juxtaposed against the love she develops for Guilford. Despite her sense of self-confidence and self-reliance, and always having a plan for whatever tragedy befalls her, Jane's feelings towards Guilford bring a softer side of the protagonist to the fore. This also makes for a heart-touching love story between the duo, who at first detest each other and are both stubborn and strong-minded, very similar to Kate and Anthony, we might add. The love that develops between the couple softens their unbending nature yet still allows them to remain formidable, making them strongest when they are together. An exciting combination of the factual and mythical Bridgerton may generally stick to realism in depicting the happenings of Regency-era England, but it bends the truth whenever necessary. Taking this one step further, My Lady Jane intersperses the mythical into Tudor England. While the division that was prevalent in the country is factual, the Prime Video series fictionalizes it by substituting the actual religious division with the division between Ethians, humans that can shapeshift into animals, and Verities, humans who are not able to shapeshift and are thus considered pure. The combination of the factual and the mythical gives My Lady Jane a fairy tale-like quality, and is vital in setting the tone of the series. Most of the action, drama, tension and politics in the series arise from the division between the Ethians and Verities, with most of the Verities believing that the Ethians need to be wiped out. The excitement and sense of escapism that My Lady Jane provides also stems from this blend of fantastical elements into a real-life narrative that many viewers may already be familiar with. The fact that many of the characters within the English court itself turn out to be hidden Ethians, including Mary's sister Elizabeth and Guilford Dudley himself, add an extra layer of thrill into the narrative, reeling audiences into eagerly anticipating what a subsequent episode of the series may bring. While catering to the highly demanded historical romance genre, My Lady Jane, by reimagining real-life events, having an unabashedly strong female lead, and interweaving elements of fantasy into the narrative, is a show that is unarguably binge-worthy. The Prime Video series does a commendable job of filling the void left by Bridgerton after its latest season, walking the same path but simultaneously adopting a unique quality that makes it starkly different from the Netflix show. Moreover, with just one season comprising 8 episodes, each of which is less than an hour in duration, My Lady Jane is an ideal option for a post-Bridgerton binge. My Lady Jane is available to stream on Amazon Prime Video.